Hi, Matt from Modern Samurai here, and what we're looking at today is just a basic warm-up and some basic movement for punching. So we're not going to overcomplicate anything today. We're not going to do anything too dramatic. The idea is that it's a nice, easy introduction and we can start to get some movement going, okay? So all we're going to do to begin with, nice and simply, is we're just going to rotate on the wrists and then going back the other way. And then from here, we're just going to take the hand palm up, grab the fingers, push the heel of the hand forward. And then we're going to do the same with the other hand. And then from here, we're just going to rotate on the shoulders, nice and relaxed here. And then a very gentle rotation with the head. Okay, now from here, just up and down with the head, nice and slowly. And then back to the center, and then side to side. Okay, now from here, we're just going to lift up the arms like this, and we're just going to rotate around, coming up onto the balls of the feet. And then extending the arm as you go. Okay, and then from there now we're just going to make circles with the arms, so nothing too fast at the moment, so nice and relaxed, just bring them up and around, up and around, up and around, there you go, that's it. And now from here, look, we want to bring them right up as close to the ears as we can go, and then we want to slowly start making them smaller and smaller, and so we end up with just little circles like this. So at the moment, palms are facing forward. Now what we're going to do is turn the palms facing backwards and keep the same rotation, and then now we're going to make those circles wider again. That's it. So excuse the dog, he's decided to come and have a nose. So keep going with the circles. That's it, good. And then from here, we're just going to bring the hands out again, palms facing forward. And now what we're going to do is bring the hands in front of us, cross them over, and then we're going to open them out as wide as you can, expand the chest out, and then bring them back again. And this time they come under the other way. So your left hand this time comes on the top, and you come out, and now this time your left hand goes on the bottom. So out, above, out, below, out, above, out, below. Okay, so above and below, above and below. Okay, now from here, we're just going to take the hands, leave them flat by your side here. Now from this position, we're just going to lean forward slightly, and all we're going to do here is just, if you think about doing like a bicep curl, excuse the dog, think about doing like a bicep curl, but we're going, reaching back as far as we can go. So we're going in that forward position like this. Okay, so bicep curl, arms up, and then again bicep curl, arms up. So we're just bringing the arms up, nice and relaxed. That's it, nice and relaxed. Good. All right, now from here, what we're doing is just reaching our fingers down, so hands by sides, and just reach the fingers down one side and then back over to the other, down to one side, back over to the other. So this is just a gentle warm-up. This isn't high energy, this is nice and relaxing, just freeing everything up. So all we're trying to do at the moment is just get everything working again a little bit. Now from here, we're just going to circle on the waist. So bring your hips round in a rotation. So try and keep your feet flat on the floor, shoulder width apart, and just rotate the hips in a circular movement. Okay, good. Right, so from here now, we're just going to have a little shake, just let it all loosen up a little bit. Okay, and we're just going to take a very basic fighting stance. Now again, like I said, we're not we're not going full tilt here, we're just warming up. So we're just going to use the movement just to get everything flowing, okay? So we're going to go into our fighting stance here, hands up, and now all we're going to do is just alternate between a jab and a cross, but we're not going to throw full power or full speed, nice and relaxed, and we're just extending out one to the other. Now make sure when you extend out like this, your hands are in the right position, they're coming back to that jawline, your shoulder comes up to protect the chin, and make sure your hips turn and you rotate your feet so you're actually turning your body into the movement. Now we're going to keep this going just for a little while. Okay, so we're just going 1, 2, and 1 and 2, nice and relaxed. Now notice as I extend my arm out, I'm turning my fist at the end of the extension so that my knuckles are facing forward and they're in the correct line. Okay, now from here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add into the movement. So what I'm going to do now is as I throw my cross, I'm going to step forward and come lower. So if you watch again, look, so I jab, but then when I cross, I step my lead foot forward, I bend my knees and I come lower. So again, it's just a warm-up exercise. So 1, 2. So 1, 2. Keep your body in alignment. So you want to keep your top half over your hips and your center. Step your lead foot out, bend the knee, rotate the hand out. So 1, 2, and back, and then 1, 2, and back, and again 1, 2, and back. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to change stance and we're going to do exactly the same from the other side. Extend the jab, step lower for your cross. So extend the jab, step lower for the cross, and again 1 and lower, and again 1 and lower, and again 1 and lower. Okay, so again we're just doing a little short set of these just to get things moving. All right, now from here now we're going to go feet shoulder width. Now all I'm going to do here is again bring the hands up as if I was keeping a guard here, but my feet are now shoulder width. Now from here all I'm going to do is just very slowly rotate hooks. Now again, we're not looking for speed or power, nice and relaxed, okay? So all I'm doing here is bringing the hand around nice and slowly. But again, what you'll see, my shoulders coming up to protect that jawline, okay? And I'm not losing the hand. So don't swing like this, okay? Swing, control it, bring it back to the jaw. Okay? And back to the jaw. Back to the jaw. Back to the jaw. Okay? So all we're doing here is just basic hook rotations. Okay, so it's a nice simple movement. Now we're not looking to do this fast. Remember, we're trying to get the right mechanics. Okay, now what we're going to do now is change it again slightly. So this time then, we're just going to look now at a very basic combination. Okay, so it's the last thing we're going to do today. As I said, this is just some basic warm-up stuff. So from my position here, in my stance again, feet shoulder width, back into my fighting stance, hands up. Now from here I'm going to step down and throw my cross, but then I'm going to lean back up, throw my hook. Okay, so I'm just going to go 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. Nice and relaxed. 1, 2. Notice what I'm doing with this is I'm working the entire body. So I'm not just standing still throwing my arms. That's not the point of this. The point is that I extend out, I drop down, drop my body weight into my stance here, making sure that I'm coming lower. You can feel this in your legs when you're doing it correctly. So hips in, arm out. From here, rotate. Again, make sure we're turning, coming up on the ball of that front leg here. Okay, so step, drop, rotate, step, drop, rotate, step, drop, rotate, step, drop, rotate. Okay, so now what I'm going to say is what we can do now, rather than complicate things, now that we're just a little bit more mobile, we're just going to make those a little bit quicker. So we're going to do them in minute sets, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say to you now, I want you to look at this as a minute set. So don't think about how many you can do, but I want you to think about working for a minute and try and keep going, okay? Now, I haven't got a timer with me, so I'm not exactly sure what a minute is from my point of view here, but I'm just going to do a couple so you get the idea. So if we look at our first position, we just did a basic jab cross. So from here, I'm just going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So remember, we're rotating the body and I'm punching in line with my own nose, 1, 2. And so the idea, again, is I'm not going too fast. I'm certainly not hyperextending my joints, but I'm making sure now that I'm moving just a little bit more. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. So we're going to keep this speed up and this tempo up for a minute. Okay, now you can do your sets in 1 minute bursts, 2 minute bursts, 5 minute bursts. Depends on what you want. You can also add weights to this. You know, so if you haven't got weights, tins of baked beans, whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, so you do your minute here. Now, from that position now, we change. Remember, feet shoulder width this time. And again, we look for our minute. So this time now, we're rotating into the hooks. Okay, so again, we're not worried about how fast. A nice steady pace. Roll in, turn the body, make sure we're moving the whole body into those punches. All right, good. And then the next one for a minute. If we remember, we stepped in on the cross, didn't we? So from here, we've got our jab, drop into the cross. So 1, 2, and again, look, 1, 2, drop in, 1, 2, bend the knee, 1, 2, turn those hips in. So we want a minute on that. And then the last set we're going to do today is our cross hook off the front hand. Now again, remembering when we're doing this, we're looking for that drop in on the cross, lean and roll on the hook, okay? So from here, look, 1 and then 2, 1 and then 2, 1 and then 2. Okay, so we're just going to do a minute set on that. Now guys, if you want to make that more difficult, you can go a little faster, you can do longer sets, you can add weights, you can do all sorts of things like that. So this was just a little basic, just 20 minutes, half an hour, get everything loose, get everything moving. You can do this in your front room, in a little bit of garden space. Okay, it's just to get everything flowing again. Now, as we go on from this, we're going to add on, but you mustn't ever forget to warm up and cool down properly. Okay guys, see you soon.